Hello, you beautiful people. I'm Michael Botts, and the reason you keep showing up here every morning is because you know there's more. And I wanted to say something about the more. When you get more, it doesn't mean someone else has less. It actually means someone else has more. So the reason you show up here is because you feel something down in here, and you're like, oh, it's boiling. It wants to get out, but it's covered by history and it's covered by all this heavy stuff. And the whole purpose of this show is to pull back the layers and reveal your beautiful, epic awesomeness. Okay? So don't apologize for wanting more, because when you get more, you bless more people. When you get more money, you buy stuff. That creates jobs. When you get more health, you inspire someone else. You're there for someone else. When you get more joy, you give that joy away. You can't not give it away. So don't apologize for wanting more. You were born genius. You were born epic. You were born to impact the world in a way that only you can impact the world. So you're going along. You were born, you didn't know how to eat. You didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to walk. And you had no idea how to go to the bathroom like a grown-up. But look at you now. You go to the bathroom pretty clean and fresh. You eat without getting it all over you. You walk around all fancy on your legs. You talk beautifully and talk all day. Look at you, learned all that. And you learned all that. You succeeded in all that with all the failure, all the disappointment. With all the failure, no disappointment is what I meant to say. You had zero disappointment, zero anxiety, zero fear of failure, zero worried about what everybody else thought. When you were learning to talk and everybody was laughing at you gibbering, laughing at your blubbering, you didn't get offended. You didn't get your feelings hurt. You just kept learning how to talk. So you're born with this success mode, okay? And then you get caught in the riptide of life and you get sucked under into the ocean of am I enough? Now, in the ocean of am I enough, you're still trying to succeed. But now you're getting slammed up against the rocks and sucked under in the ocean of am I enough? And you're trying to stay above the surface, but it's just too heavy and too stormy and too hard. And finally, you give in. And you're going to sink to the bottom of the ocean of am I enough? And the bottom of the ocean of am I enough is littered with dead goals, dead dreams, dead destiny, dead passion. And you're just slowly sinking, full of doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. And I reach in, I grab you, I drag you back up onto the beach of I am enough, and I start to resuscitate you. You spew out doubt. You spew out fear. You spew out limiting beliefs. And you take these breaths in. I am enough. I could still reach my goal. It's not too late for me. And then I aim you down the path of success. And what do we know about the path of success, tribe? It is paved with gratitude. This part of the show is all about everyone sharing your gratitude. And Michelle's right there, had it ready. All she had to do is push send. Michelle says, I'm grateful for my business cards and Edgy Goddess mug. I'm proud of the fact that I am tapping into my creative side again, and I am enough. Well, that's cool. If you send me one, I will drink it on this show. I will drink my coffee out of the Edgy Goddess mug if you send me one. Michelle is doing a phenomenal job serving her community, and I'm super proud of her. And she showed us how to do the gratefuls. I am grateful for, then you say what you're grateful for, and then you say I am enough. And then I want you to do what I'm proud of too. On a separate comment, write I am proud of something you're proud of you, and then I am enough. Now, two things happen when you do this. When you say this out your mouth, it goes in your inner ear, down in your soul. Now, your soul and the universe are collaborating to make more of that happen. So now, Michelle's creativity is going to be more. Her business is going to grow because she said it out loud. She set herself up for more of that. Okay? So as you put those in, we're going to take some breaths. But first, I'm going to do my gratitude. I'm grateful for the next 6 days. It's just me and the boys. Me and my 2 youngest sons. We got the house all to ourselves. We're going to have big parties and craziness. It's going to be amazing. The police are going to be called. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited about that. And I am enough. Laura Carroll, one of the great tribe members, says, I'm grateful for rainy mornings and the quiet that comes with them. I am proud that I am relaxed and worry-free today, and I am enough. Woo! I like that one, Laurel. Thank you for sharing that. That is fantastic. Oh, yeah, man. A quiet, rainy morning. Little cool, maybe, because we're in the fall. Nice, hot cup of coffee out of the edgy goddess mug. Sounds like a perfect morning to me. Now, we're going to take some breaths. These breaths are create space because life stayed awake last night and made a list of how it was going to kick your ass when you woke up this morning. And as soon as you got your eyes up, life was started, bop, bop, sending stuff your way, man. Got to pay the mortgage. Got to go to the doctor today and get the diagnosis. Got to take my medicine. Got to go to get my kids to school. I got to save money for a kid's college. I got to get on that airplane. I got to make the sales. I got to make payroll. Oh my God, payroll. Payroll every month. That is hard. Life is hard, okay? Now, life gets us up against the cage and all we're doing is taking punches. We're not even solving anything. And these breaths create space. And in that space, we can see the solution that our inner voice has been telling us all along. So I want you to become mindful and soulful right now, and those will get synchronized, and then you'll see the solution. You have to choose to see it, though. Have you ever stood at the counter and said, honey, where's the salt? And she says, it's in the cabinet. You're looking in the cabinet, and you're like, there is no salt here. She walks in, she grabs the salt right here. That's because you decided it wasn't there. Right now, the answer's going to come in front of you, but you have to see it. Michael, where's the answer? It's going to come to you right now. Let's take our first breath. Ready? Breathe in. Let it out. Breathe in. Let it out. You feel that space? That space is where the answer is, guys. Just say space. Say my heart is beating in the space. We're going to take 2 more breaths. Ready? Breathe in. Let it out. Hey guys, if this is your first time on this show, in the comments, put a 1 and I'm here. Because I see some of you that haven't been here before, and this tribe will make you feel welcome. They will give you love. You will never stop coming here because this tribe will love you and lift you up. 1 more breath, and then we're getting right to the content. But all this is content. I'm going to stop saying that because if you don't do the first parts, you might even miss the second part. Last breath. Ready? Breathe in. I'm excited about the subject today. Oh my goodness. Have you ever had a bad day? Have you? The name of this series is called Keep the Day. Don't give a bad moment the entire day. And today is part 1. And I want to start by saying this. You have permission to have as many bad days as you need. You have permission to have a bad day as long as you want. I am not saying, I am not judging, I am not putting anything on you about this. So don't turn this off because you're mad because you had a bad day. Don't turn this off because I'm looking down on you because you've had a bad day. That is not the purpose of this. Don't miss the point by am I enough sucking this out from under you. You have as many bad days as you want, but know this. You have it. It doesn't have you. You are in charge Okay? So have you heard anybody say, man, how's it going? They're like, man, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, how do you know you're having a bad day? Is the day over? What if your lottery numbers hit this afternoon? Did you have a bad day? Are you going to say that was a bad day and it went down in history as a bad day? What if your diagnosis comes in today and they're like, you're clean and you're cancer free? I'm having a bad day. Think about how that sets you up mentally, spiritually, in your soul. Man, I'm having a bad day. No, you're not. You had a bad moment. I'm just letting it soak in. And you gave it the entire day. Yeah, but I had this huge fight with my spouse this morning. We just roared at each other. We hurt each other's feelings, and that's going to make my whole day bad. Well, okay, you can let it have your whole day. But make sure you're in charge. You gave the day to that moment. Have you heard the saying? I tried to find out where it came from, but I couldn't find that. If you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile. A lot of you have heard that. In the Midwest, it's pretty common. Well, first of all, we should stop saying that because what a terrible way to look at life. As I was thinking about it and going to put it in the talk here, I'm like, oh man, I've said that. My parents said it, and my parents are on the show this morning, and I love them. They're two of my best friends on the planet. But their parents said it to them. If you give someone an inch, they'll take a mile. Can you imagine the mentality that sets up in your brain? That's a tragedy. That's not even the subject of the show. But anyways, the point of that is when you give a bad moment an inch, if you give it a day, that bad moment will take a week. If you give it a week, that bad moment will take a day. That bad moment will take a year. It'll take a day. It'll take a week. It'll take a year if you let it. So the whole point of today is to know that you're in charge. We all have bad moments. I get it. You know, you're driving, the person cuts you off, they give you the finger, they yell at you, they're smashing on their brakes as you're behind them, and you take that. And you're like, ah. And then you go to work and then you tell them about it. Oh, I had a bad day. They cut me off. That bastard. I got his tag number. I'm going to do that. Now you've given it more of your time. And then on the way home, you won't let somebody in because you're still pissed about the guy that cut you off at 6 this morning. And then you get home and you tell your spouse and your kids all about it. Look how much you gave that moment. You gave that moment the entire day. Yeah, but Michael, you don't understand. I mean, okay, cutting somebody off, that's a tiny thing. This morning, my spouse told me that she cheated on me. Now, can I have a bad day, Michael? Huh? Can I have a bad day now? Well, yes, you absolutely can. We started the show with that. Your tragic news that sucks and is the wrecking ball of life coming through, absolutely you can have a bad day. But I want to ask you, somebody, somewhere, is sitting at the foot of a bed of someone that they love and adore, and they're not going to get another day with them. Would you switch places with them? Keep the day. Don't let a bad moment have the entire day. And I will see you tomorrow morning for part 2.